What we want to do today is finish up this Whitman material and then start on our Malcolm X. It'll be a pretty good contrast in a way, even though you've got 100 years in between these people. Their attitude and behavior and feelings about America. I think it'll be an interesting contrast in many ways. I've told you before that this is a very long, grueling movie. I actually would have, in many ways, preferred that I just could cut it down somewhat. It needs about a 50% editing job. But I don't have any way that I can edit these movies, and if I just show the second reel, then I think in some regards people feel they've been badly done by. So we're stuck with this thing, which is pretty long. So well, why bother? Well, because it fills a gap in some of the things that we're doing, and people find it edifying. It's more interesting than like reading a book on Malcolm X. So, not that Malcolm X is the be-all and end-all of religion among Afro-Americans. I hope he isn't. But it does fill a gap, and I'd say people respond well to it. The only thing I don't like about it is the tediousness of this movie. It goes on and on and on and on and on. And the heroicization of the character. You say, we're not giving it a big build-up. No, I'm not giving it a big build-up mainly because I think it's boring. But we could just cut it down, like a little 45-minute version of this I don't know how long this movie is. I think it would be good just to get the material. But then you lose all the fun of it. So, and the entertainment value. So we're stuck with what we have. So what we'll do is we'll finish up Whitman here and then move over to start the movie. Any questions? Any questions about the exam? Any problems that you feel you're having with the exam? All the exams will be more or less the same. About 3 boring exams of that kind, and that'll be your class. I don't think it's something that you can't handle, is it? It's something, not something you want to fly to the moon on, but exams seldom are, so this is at least get you to do a bit of writing, express your thoughts. You don't have to go into a panic about forgetting something. So, basically I think it serves the purpose that we need to get served in this class. So that's what you can expect. Again, any questions, problems, difficulties, issues? Okay. Why are we doing Whitman? Again, I think because he expresses a kind of secular American religion. Not that he has any organized church or anyone follows him. But I think he expresses a feeling that a lot of people actually feel in one way or another. Not all parts of what he has to say, obviously. Some people feel more close to some, others feel more close to others, but no one is going to express everything that you feel. I mean, frankly, if I was not, or you were not brought up on a Jesus person, and if you had just looked at him as a person, the way he's presented in the materials, he may not express everything you feel as a person. But you've been taught to feel awe for that particular icon or characterization, etc. So you don't really criticize him. I don't know anyone who ever criticizes Jesus, except people like me. But he's like perfection personified. And there's some things that he has to say that I might not think are applicable to my life or existence. I don't think I'd like to live in certain of the ways that he is presented as recommending. So any character could, if you looked at him objectively, without awe. I mean, the problem is that certain characters are awe-inspiring. In Islam, for instance, Muhammad is awe-inspiring. So therefore, no one dares criticize him. if you do in Islam, you get your throat cut. So, in fact, there's some downside to criticism of him. Severe downside. You say, why is there no dissent in the Muslim world? Well, no dissent in the Muslim world when someone can freely cut your throat as an idolater or a backslider or a heretic, and no one is going to object to that. Of course, there is not going to be any. There isn't going to be any criticism in the Islamic world until you free people in a modern state-backed freedom of religion environment, so their life is preserved if they dare speak. You're not going to get any kind of criticism in the Muslims. I'm off the subject here, but I have to be honest.